us from Japan. Kamal said he's going to be going into sales. I love it. Darian Wright's in the house. Good morning. Blockavelli's in the house, coming to us from Qatar. Michael, the UK investor's in the house. Corey's in the house, man. Good morning. Good morning. Today. We ball capping today. Come on in, guys. Come on in. Casual Economist is in the house. Come on in. Salute to you guys this morning. It's a beautiful morning here in New Braunfels, guys. Come on in, guys. Come on in. It is September the 10th, guys. September the 10th. And we are rocking this morning. I hope you guys had a fantastic week. Let me tell you something, guys. I had a great week. I had a fantastic week. Why, you may ask? Because I did not have to work my W-2 job this week. I took a vacation, and all I basically did was stay at home and get things done around the house. Really get a chance to regroup, resharpen myself, recharge. Man, it was a good week. It was a good week. It flew by, though. It went by fast. And the good thing is I'm still off until the 15th, which is Thursday coming up. But who knows? You know, I may go back to work on Tuesday or something along those lines. I'm really starting to get that itch to do a little bit more. And, you know, I don't like to sit around doing things and just resting quite a bit, right? So, but this is needed. This is needed for me mentally. This is needed for me physically and so forth. And I was able to use this time to get things done around the house that I wanted to get done, such as clean the garage, get rid of the boxes, really get a chance to think about content and going forward, really get a chance to think about a new business that I have started, and work around those elements and work with those elements that I have on my plate for the rest of the year. But guys, it was a fantastic week. Got a chance to spend time with my wife, my son. My daughter was in school, so she didn't get that much of my time, but she had a fantastic week as well, too. Guys, I hope you guys had a great week as well. Again, you know, the weekend is a time to catch back, reflect on what is it that you did last week and what can you do differently going forward next week, starting with the weekend. We got a good show for you guys. Before we get to the show, I want to shout out some folks who are doing some wonderful things here in the Black Heights community, specifically Brother Cullen, who just finished the Course Careers course, getting into tech sales, and has absolutely crushed it. Gave me a shout out here on LinkedIn. Brother Cullen just joined the ladder climber community maybe about let's say a month or so ago, and he was asking about course careers and so forth, and he went and completed the course within a matter of a month. And now he's on his way to becoming a sales representative or a account executive, either one, but he's doing some fantastic things, and we're proud of him from completing the course, learning as much as possible and getting it done. So shout out to Brother Kellen, who's doing some fantastic things and looking to make big money in sales. I shout out Brother Colin as well, too. And I actually put him in contact with Brother Akire, who had 2 job offers. I'm not sure exactly which one that he took. So if he's in here, let me know which one did you take. He had a job offer 2 weeks ago, and he was going to accept that, but he was looking for another job or another offer to come in last week. And I haven't got a chance to catch up with him yet. But let me tell you something, guys. When you're going in your sales journey, one of the things that you're going to have to learn, not even just sales, let me just talk about in general, when you're looking to make a career transition. When you're looking to make a career transition and you're looking to get enrolls, you have to increase your volume. So let me use an example for Brother Akire. Brother Akire, automotive sales, looking to get into tech sales because he knows that's where the money is. He knows that's where the money is from talking to me, talking to other people that are in tech and so forth, right? You can go into engineering and the data science and the, data analytics and the business analyst roles. Those are all fantastic roles. You can get paid some super, super big dollars, but he's been already in sales. He wanted to transition into a market where he can make more money. So he chose tech sales after speaking with me and so forth. And what has he done? He did course careers, which he completed in a matter of, I think, 9 days or something like that. One of the fastest to complete it. Not only did he complete it, but he started to apply for tech roles, and he had his ups and downs and so forth. And at times he felt like he was deflated because, he would get an interview and next thing you know, they would, kind of ghost him, or he would get an interview and wouldn't hear anything back and so forth. So I worked with Brother Akira and say, dude, Akira, just increase your volume. Increase your volume. And he applied for over 300 SDR roles within the matter of 2 to 3 months. And before you know it, the offer started to come in. Why did the offer start to come in? Because he got more interviews. Why did, he get more interviews? Well, because he put in more volume. Why would the offers come in? And the offers, why did the offers come in again? Is because he practiced during multiple interview processes, right? He learned what to say, how to tell a story, all by using previous experience of wins and losses so that he can tweak his messaging so that it resonates with the employer. So he had a job offer, waiting for another one, and potentially could get even 2 or 3 more. So when you guys are going through the job transition process, don't just fill out 2 to 3 applications, guys, and expect for companies to call you back. Don't just fill out 2 to 3 applications, expect for companies to call you back. Many of you have great resumes. Many of you have great experience. But when you're going through this application process, I find that many people are just throwing it into the black box and just forgetting about it, hoping that, some prayers are answered for you. There aren't going to be prayers answered for you if you're not following really good processes. And part of those processes are to increase your volume, tap in, knock on people's doors using tools like LinkedIn and so forth. And that's what Akira did. And that's why he's in the position that he has, where he already has an offer, so he can actually move from automotive sales to tech sales already. And it's going to be the same exact thing for Cullen. It's going to be the same exact thing for Greg. It's going to be the same exact thing for anybody else who goes and does course careers or wants to get into tech sales or wants to get in any other role to have success. Brother Darcellus Reed did the exact same thing. He just had a message himself on LinkedIn as well. And let me tell you this, he just became a business analyst. Many of you guys have heard me talk about it and talk about him, but he just became a business analyst as well. Let me look at my brother Darcellus Reed. So I like to show examples here of people who are having a lot of success that's part of the Patreon and doing it big, right? And brother Darcellus Reed, he had a message on yesterday on his LinkedIn. And him and I, he's a big brother of mine. We went to school together at Florida Atlantic. And he was in the financial industry for a number of years. And he said, Antoine, you've been talking about tech for a very long time. I really need to get to this tech money. It's where the money is. And I said, absolutely. It's exactly where the money is. So what did he do? He reached out, booked my time, right? Didn't take any shortcuts, didn't ask for anything for free, even though we are college roommates. He went and purchased coaching packages for me and got the game. And before you know it, within 2 to 3 months, he had already made the transition from a full-time entrepreneur to a product business analyst, or becoming a product business analyst, making over 6 figures. Guys, we're getting results over here. And I got to find out where Mr. Reed's message is at. For some reason, I am not finding it here on my LinkedIn, but I'm sure I'll be able to pull it up. And Mr. Reed isn't the only one. There's other ones that are out there as well, too. Let me just go here. There he is. He's on the Deshaun Reed. That's why I was typing in his first name. But here's another one. Mr. Reed, right? Working for United Community Bank. Product business analyst. Big time. Making 6 figures. How did he do it so fast? Working with the Black Heights community. Working with your brother here, Antoine Wade, giving him the game on how he can prepare for interviews. What is the things that he needs to know? And he was committed. Guys. So you want to have success? Book a coaching session with me, www.blkheights.com. You want to become part of the community? Join the Black Heights Patreon. You'll find it in the description of this video. But I wanted to highlight the successes of individuals who are actually out there crushing it. Brother Noah just got himself a promotion, although his company was doing downsizing, right? Brother Kamal just graduated from his bachelor's, and he's focusing now on a path to tech sales. You have a lot of people. Brother Michael, the UK investor, who's in the house right now, is looking to become a data analyst. And he's connected with individuals who were in the ladder climbing group to potentially form study groups. It's all about how serious you are about the career moves that you want to make and you executing on those. And the people who are executing those are getting it done. And they're getting to the 6 figures, or they're on their way to the 6 figures. So I wanted to highlight those individuals today for doing some fantastic things, doing the work and having success. So let's shout out to those guys again. All right, guys, today's show is going to be a good one. We're going to be talking about 5 different topics today. Number 1, we're going to be talking about 5 signs that you're going to be quietly fired. You know, quiet quitting is the new buzzword that exists out there. Well, guys, people are quietly quitting because they've been quietly fired already. And I want to talk to you guys about what it means if you've been quietly fired. Okay, because many of you guys have been quietly fired already. And many of you are potentially or have already quietly quit it because you're not getting the opportunities within your career. You may not be getting the opportunities in your career to get to that bag. And I want to help you guys out with that. So we're going to be talking about being quietly fired. Second, we're going to be talking about millennials, guys. I'm a millennial. I'm a later millennial, being 38 years old. However, I'm a millennial. And during the Great Resignation, which happened over the last 2 years, millennials were winning. Millennials were winning. They were quitting, going to new roles, getting all kinds of good money. 50% increases, 15% increases, 17% increases, 38% increases, and so forth, going to new roles. Well, now that you see that the economy is tightening up, millennials are the most who've been laid off. Okay, millennials represent the most who've been laid off. And we're going to talk about that. We're also going to be talking about cybersecurity as well. Microsoft builds a fast track so that you can get into cybersecurity, making anywhere from $100,000 a year to $180,000 a year. We're going to talk about what Microsoft is doing to help out with the cybersecurity gap that exists today. Talent gap, that is. There's a huge talent gap in cybersecurity, and Microsoft is looking to fill that. And they're doing some wonderful things by working with community colleges and so forth. And the last thing we're going to talk about are the 30 fast-growing, high-paying jobs that you need to be looking into. If you're looking to make a career transition, if you're just getting in school, if you're getting out of school, these are some of the careers that you want to be looking at in order for you to get to the money. Okay, no more of those, majoring in the, silly liberal arts degrees and, silly English literature that's not going to pay you a bunch of money. You need to look at these careers and how you can line yourself to work towards these sort of careers so that you can get to the money. You already know with inflation and the way how this economy is going today, even making $100,000, you may be struggling. $100,000 with a family, you are struggling. Okay, $100,000 by yourself, you're winning. But $100,000 with a family, you're struggling. You can make it work, but you're struggling. You're not doing the things that you can potentially do. You don't have a lot of cushion at all. And we're going to be talking about that, guys. 30 fast-growing, high-paying jobs that exist out there that are set to boom over the next decade. Before we get there, I want to take it back real quick as well, too, because I had a conversation with a gentleman who is a ladder climber as well, too. And he called me on Thursday to just catch up, give me an update on how things are going. Brother Marvin, okay? Many of you guys have heard me talk about Brother Marvin. Well, I talk about Brother Marvin a lot because he stays on, the tip of the tongue. Why? Because he sends me texts, gives me updates, checks in and so forth. Just like I talk about other people as well, too. But the people, just like, if you're in a corporate world and you're constantly in front of your managers, they're going to be talking about you a lot as well, too. Okay? They're going to be talking about the work that you do, especially if you're delivering results and you're tooting your own horn and so forth. But Brother Marvin called me on Thursday. Said, Antoine, let's catch up, man. I haven't caught up with you on the phone for quite some time. Been texting, giving me updates and stuff like that. But I want to just get a chance to speak with you for a good 30 minutes. Got on the phone. He was telling me about how he's crushing his new sales development role, how he's going to become an account executive in a short amount of time, how he's already met his CEO, how he's met the SVP, and all the things that they're telling him that he needs to do in order for him to get to that next level, which is the account executive. That was great. Hearing the results, him using the sales tactics that he's learning and walking me through them because I'm asking a lot of questions. Absolutely fantastic. But what really made me smile was when he said, Antoine, you know what? I asked him the question. I said, so what does your wife think about you now being in a sales role, making more money than you did before? Because he was in the IT help desk world, working for a school, doing IT help desk stuff, making good amount of money. But now that he's in sales, his salary went from upper 40s to upper 60s with an OTE probably putting him at $100,000. Just that little bit of money, he said to me, You know, the problems that we had before financially no longer exist, Antoine. I'm able to afford a new truck when we didn't have a car. I'm able to go on trips with my wife and my daughter around the area, whether it's road trips or not. We are no longer, we no longer have the challenges, the problems that we once had. And it's because of my mindset change that I know that I can accomplish what I want to accomplish. Not only that, I'm bringing in the money and I have a path and a vision for my family. So all things are clicking right now. The wife admires him. The daughter sees him having success. He's having success. He's more confident now. He's going to the gym every single day. He's around people who are winning, getting to the bag. In his office, they're having, discussions about the future, and he's part of those discussions. In the office, they are having water cooler talk while they're drinking beers. Things that you would never, ever experience if you weren't in things like sales. Or you weren't working for a good company. Some of the things that you do when you're in sales and some of the things that you can do for your family are absolutely remarkable. And I just wanted to share that with you guys because it's a real life example of how somebody's life changes when they focus and they're serious about their career. It impacts every bit of you. Because it's not just a career change, it's a mindset change. It's a mindset change. I can accomplish what I say I want to do. And when you bet on yourself and you accomplish small goals that lead to big goals, and your backers are seeing you accomplishing the things that you say you're going to accomplish, they're going to be there to support you. They're going to get on the same train. They're going to get on the same page. They're going to be that battery pack for you to encourage you to continue to do more because you have a plan and you are executing that plan and having success. I love the fact that he told me that the financial problems no longer exist. His wife is on the same page. I hear all these conversations all the time about relationships and, how people want their wives and their spouses or their girlfriends to fall in line. Well, many times the reason why they haven't fallen in line because you haven't won yet. You haven't demonstrated success. You haven't shown that you've been serious. Nobody is going to get on the train if they know the operator can't drive. Nobody's going to step foot in a car if you can't drive. Nobody's going to step foot on a plane if you haven't demonstrated that you can operate that plane. So when we're talking about advancing your career, it's all in a holistic approach to advancing every part of your life, from your relationships, which are the most important, your family. You get into the money so that you can take care of all the other aspects of your life. And I'm going to tell you like this, guys. The best job that I have, obviously, is being a father and a husband, okay? But the second best job I have is being able to coach and mentor people to have success. It just makes me giddy. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. When Darcelis reached out and said, Antoine, I got the job. When Akira reached out, was Antoine, let me get a couple of minutes of your time. I got this job offer. What should I do here? When Marvin reaches out, when Jabron reaches out, when Noah reaches out, when I see messages on LinkedIn that I'm tagged in that talks about the community and how people are having success, that makes me giddy. I found what I love to do. I just wanted to highlight that, guys, because it's not just about your career and getting to the money. It's about every aspect of your life. And when I hear stories like this, and I get the opportunity to hear from my brother Marvin and some of you that reaches out, and folks are in the coaching calls and so forth, I absolutely love that aspect of it, to share with you all how life-changing this stuff is. And for Marvin, he's in sales, so he's going to continue to get to the bag. And I'm going to tell you like this, I want many of you guys to consider a career in tech sales. It's changed my life. Since 2018, let me tell you like this, my life has changed a tremendous amount, and that's only 4 years. Since 2018, I've made over $300,000 a year. And $300,000 that's not a good year for me anymore. It's not a good year for me anymore. But it's happened because of everything that I talk about on here. Committing myself to doing something, pouring into other people, committing myself to my family, keeping promises to myself, and executing, and executing, and executing. But most importantly, being fantastic and being skillful at what I do. That's going to get you to the money, guys. That's going to get you to the money. And getting back to the point, since 2018, my life has changed a tremendous amount. I've had success before, but financial success has been through the roof. Earnings has been through the roof. And it's been because of sales. So if my life can change in a short amount of time, of course, I'm going to encourage many of you to go down a path very similar, to shortcut it. Because if I would have known this earlier, maybe I would have done it earlier. Sales is one of the only professions where you can consistently make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, maybe millions of dollars a year, in a blink of an eye. In tech sales, specifically, you can do that. All right, let me get off my rant. We're going to get to the first article. Guys. 5 signs you are being quiet fired from your job. 5 signs you're being quietly fired from your job. Quiet quitting is the new thing. Quiet quitting is the new thing, the big buzzword. It's a big buzzword that exists today. And let me tell you like this, I don't believe in it. I don't believe in it at all, because when you do something, in my opinion, you should try to be the best at it. When you are specifically working 8 hours a day, spending majority of your time away from your family, your friends, the things that you really want to do, you should at least try to be the best at it. When you sit back and say, I'm just going to do the minimum and get paid and not want to advance yourself, I don't believe in it. So that's why I don't really talk about quiet quitting. I left a message from my Patreon members on a video about it, and I just said, don't dare do it, because it's opposite to ladder climbing. It's opposite to advancing your career. If you quiet quit, you are not looking to advance your career. You're just looking to accept paychecks. You're not looking to get to the bag. And if you get to the bag, the way you get to the bag is by working hard, by being skillful. And the only way you can do that is by putting in the hours. And it ain't quiet quitting. It's not quiet quitting. So as a career coach, I want to talk about if you've been quiet fired. And here are 5 signs to know if you've been quietly fired in your career. Okay? What does quiet fired mean? Well, let's blow this up. Okay? If you have ever felt like your boss is giving you no choice but to quit your job to advance your career, Let me repeat that. If you have ever felt like your boss is giving you no choice but to quit your job to advance your career, you may be getting quiet fired. Okay? That's the term. Quiet firing. To be clear, quiet firing is different from the popular quiet quitting. While employees who quiet quit are choosing to do the bare minimum in their role while they search for the next career move, or employers are in control of quiet firing. People are managed out rather than up. That is the thing, guys. If you aren't getting the opportunities within your career, you are probably being managed out. If you aren't getting raises, that's an important one. If you aren't getting raises, guys, if your manager is saying, hey, you don't get a raise for this year, you are being quietly fired. If you're getting a minimum raise, a 2%, a 1%, you are being quietly fired. You're being quietly fired. In some cases, quiet firing can cause quiet quitting. The disengagement felt by quiet quitters can stem from environments they don't support their career growth. It often starts not with the employee, but with the employer. The employer not really engaging with the employee or investing in them or developing them or putting in time supporting them. When your employers, when a company that you work for, your manager and so forth, isn't choosing to engage with you or investing to you or to help develop you and putting in the time to help support your career growth, you're being quietly fired, guys. You're being quietly fired. And your boss may send subtle and obvious signals that an employee has no real future at the company and that their best option would be to look elsewhere. Quiet firing absolutely happens, the article says. Sometimes the decision is political, such as when the higher-ups have a favorite and it isn't you, and they're pushing you out. Oftentimes, the decision is a matter of performance, where maybe your manager tried to give you feedback. They didn't see the behavior change they wanted within the timeline they had expected, so they are giving up on you. Does this resonate with any one of you guys? Have you gotten feedback that you need to improve your performance? Have you gotten feedback that you need to change? Have you gotten feedback that you need to be more detailed? And all of a sudden, you don't get the opportunities anymore. You're being quietly fired, guys. You're being quietly fired. Here are some common signs that you are being pushed out of your job. Your boss is missing in action for much needed conversations. Your one-on-ones keep getting pushed out. You want to have that conversation about your career. Wednesday comes around. You know you're supposed to meet at 1 o'clock. 12:55, 12:56, 12:57, 12:58. You're like, oh man, I'm ready to have this conversation. All of a sudden you get the meeting cancellation. You like this. God damn. You now have to wait another 2 weeks or another week in order for you to have that conversation. They don't want to engage with you. Yes, they might have been busy, sure. But they also could be thinking, I know this will get very awkward very quickly, so let me just hide my face. Yes, it's cowardly, but that's what people do sometimes when they want to avoid conflict or avoid difficult conversations, especially if they haven't been prepared to be an appropriate manager. But if you are one of the ones who your one-on-ones keep getting pushed out or moved, you may be getting quietly fired, guys. Okay? Your manager's number one job is to ensure that the people on their teams are happy, successful, and thriving, and to remove obstacles and blockers from their way. If your manager is not taking the time to understand your work and what you do and how you contribute, you're being quietly fired, guys. 12:59 comes. You're getting ready to jump on that Teams call, that Zoom call. All of a sudden, you see that meeting cancellation. Or, as a matter of fact, you're on a Teams call or a Zoom call, just sitting there. 5 minutes pass. It's 1:05 at this time. You get the cancellation or you get a Teams message. Sorry, I can't meet today. You like this. God damn. It happens. It happens. Now, if you are a person putting in the time and effort, this can happen to you, but you know how to manage through these types of situations. You're a ladder climbing and you've been working with me as your coach or your mentor. This probably isn't happening to you. And if it is, you know what to do in order for you to correct that. Okay? Shoot your horn. Narratives. Be great at what you do. Learn as much as you can, and so forth. Number 2, your boss assigns opportunities you want to other team members. You ask for assignments. You ask for assignments. Your boss is like, nope, I'm going to give it to Jeremy. You like this. God damn. You know what that's a sign of? Let me take on this project. And all of a sudden, they give that project to somebody else. You know what that's a sign of? That sign is, I don't trust you. That's a sign of, I do not trust you. You like this. Bang your hand on the desk. Upset. You're upset, balling your fist. Why can't I get that promotion? Why can't I get that promotion? Why I'm not getting that assignment? There's a reason you're not getting that assignment. They don't trust you. They don't trust you. If you've been asking for clarity on how to get raises, how to get promoted, you've leveraged what we've talked about on this channel, setting your one-on-ones up and asking for KPIs and how you can be measured in order for you to have success in that role, and they can't provide you that clarity. If they aren't able to tell you what it is that you can do to get more money, or what it is that you can do to get to the next level, you may be getting quietly fired, guys. You may be getting quietly fired. If you are placed on an unreasonable PIP, we got you on a performance improvement plan, right? Many people are getting those PIPs now because companies are starting to manage out because of low performance. If you have if you're on a performance improvement plan, it seems a bit unreasonable, right? You know what your KPIs are, but they doubled it. You know what that is? They're managing you out, guys. They're managing you out. When you get put on a performance improvement plan and you are a competent employee and you're getting a whole bunch of subjective feedback, it's a sign that they want you to quit. And I know that's harsh, but it's a sign that they want you to quit. They don't want you there anymore. So don't be there. Leave. Go start somewhere else fresh. Don't hang on to that relationship. I just want to give you guys the heads up. If this is happening to you, you're being managed out. You are being managed out. And last but not least, if your workload and your expectations for your workload have changed without you having any input on this, okay? They're expecting for you to do this, and this without even telling you. Without even telling you. And all of a sudden you get, hey, you know what? In order for you to keep this job, you need to move from New York to California. You need to move to New York to California. Okay? We're not going to pay you anymore. It's a lateral move. We expect for you to do more work, but yet you have to move. You know what that means? You have a hand in your towards your face, and you're probably saying this. God damn! Yes, because they're telling you you need to quit. So, quiet quitting is a thing, guys. Quiet quitting is a thing. But these are the signs that you've been quiet fired. Okay? These are the signs that you've been quiet fired. And you want to avoid this at all possible in your career. It happens. It will happen. The train can start to go off the tracks. You can course correct. But if you get to the point of any one of these and it's consistent, especially if expectations have gone up and you don't even know about it, or you're placed on a performance improvement plan, or your manager consistently moves meetings on you and don't want to talk, you've been quietly fired, guys. It's time for you to move on. It's time for you to move on. Okay? Let's talk about the next topic. And guys, by the way, if you're new to this channel and you like the content, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. If you're not new, you haven't hit the like on the video yet, go ahead and hit like. Let's talk about the next topic. Millennials. I'm a millennial. We've gone through some tough times, man. We've gone through some tough times. Market has never, ever been stable for us. We are that generation that has just been taking it and taking it and taking it. You know, the Great Resignation happened. You know, we're thinking we're winning. Many of us are job hopping to get to that high six-figure job, high six-figure role. Companies are hiring like crazy. We're going to take advantage of this. Man, I can retire by the time I'm 40. You mean to stay here for 6 months? Let me stay here for a year? Let me go to another place for another year? Start off making about $90,000. Next thing you know, I'm making 130. Next thing you know, I'm making 180. All within a span of 2 years. Now you see how quickly the market can change. And guess what's happened to these millennials? Last week, we talked about how companies are making the decision to lay people off. This tech layoffs continue to happen. And a lot of times it's last in, first out. So if you recently made a move looking to gain additional money, skills, and so forth, you may have been one of the ones that was let go. And that's what we're seeing here in this article. Millennials were big drivers of the Great Resignation, seeking out better and higher paying roles. After weathering the Great Recession and the pandemic, millennials jumped at the chance to switch jobs for a better deal. But now the data shows that millennials are the most that are being laid off. Okay? The most that's being laid off. When it comes to recessions, millennials just can't stop losing. After weathering the Great Recession and the pandemic-induced recession, millennials emerged into a labor market that seemed at last ready for them. As millions of workers began quitting, some millennials were finally the most powerful group in the labor force. Younger workers in particular were especially eager to quit, driving the Great Resignation. It finally seemed like the millennial boom. We were winning, getting it. All this money out there, getting paid more, starting to develop, becoming and getting into those leadership roles. Well, now the results of companies tightening their belts in enacting layoffs, a bit of a millennial job bloodbath. Revelo Labs, a workforce data provider, analyzed the demographics of who's getting laid off by looking at 17,000 workers who have lost their roles since March. And these are the results. Of those laid off, one age group bore the brunt of the big firing: millennials. According to the data, millennials make up 79% of the workforce of companies that had layoffs, but made up 94% of the laid off workers. Wow. In contrast, Gen Xers make up 17% of the workforces that implemented layoffs, but only accounted for a little under 6% of the layoffs. People above us, our leaders, only 6% of them are being laid off. Middle of the pack millennials were especially hit by layoffs, while 30 to 34-year-olds made up 47% of the workforce. They were 37% of the layoffs, single-handedly making up over 1/3 of the cuts. Coming in behind them were my age group, 35 to 39, who made up about 21% of the workforce and were 21% of the layoffs. The layoffs certainly aren't widespread yet, but with job openings, hiring, and quitting remaining strong, the layoff rate stayed low in July, the latest month that the Bureau of Labor Statistics released data on. But the cuts that have happened, millennials were disproportionately on the chopping blocks. Why do you guys think so? Let me know. What's with this generation, our generation, my generation, that are getting the chopping block? Maybe it's the fact that we have commitment issues. We always want to fast track and get there fast. We think we should be CEOs by the time that we're 20, 24, 25, 30. And we jump and we jump and we jump. Yet, it's not consistent. It's not jumping strategically. It's jumping just to get to money. I think that's a good reason for it. You got to remember, when we graduated, we faced some of the toughest times in the job market that existed out there. 2008 especially was a bad time for people coming out of school, and this was a good portion of these individuals. So they're looking to make up the money as fast as possible because they got a late start. This is no excuse. I'm just saying this may be a reason. If you're in this age group, 30 to 34, 35 to 39, what reason do you think millennials are the ones who are getting laid off the most? The article reads, for millennials who are already carrying a heavy load of financial baggage, the spate of layoffs is just another entry in their unlucky economic story. Millennials have already weathered enough downturns that they are offering Gen Zers advice for making it through a recession. I feel like we're always bracing for a catastrophe. We've seen shit hit the fan so many times that this current system that we have is not working for us specifically. 2008, 2020, all setbacks that we've had to live through. I think we're one of the toughest generations that are out there, though. We still got the people skills because we didn't grow up directly into this technology environment where education was all on YouTube. We still have to memorize things and know that people are really needed. We're not like the older generations who didn't have any technology at all. So we're technology advanced. It came into our life, but we don't necessarily always need it and addicted to it. We've seen tough situations. We've been through tough situations. And I think this is going to make this generation even tougher. I say this all the time. When you go do tough stuff, makes you tougher, makes you value things a lot more as well. Millennials might be targeted this time around because they're finally earning enough to merit budget tightening through cutting their roles, but aren't enough or aren't important enough or higher up enough to be deemed as essential to keep. This is where we are in the market. They're saying this, guys. We're earning good money, but we aren't essential. We're not at that high level, those high level executive roles yet. We're not there yet. We're not in our 40s and 50s and 60s yet. Where typically these are the times where we have, generation really start to become leaders of companies. And the age where you really start to take on a more senior level role and senior level salaries. So we're not considered to be essential yet. So of course, this is we're kind of like the middle class right now, being squeezed for both sides. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. What do you guys think? Let me know. Leave a comment in the chat. Leave a comment in the video. Millennials representing the great resignation, but also representing the great layoffs as well. All right. Let's move on to the next topic. Microsoft. I like this company. I like Microsoft. I got to say this. I'm a big fan of Microsoft. Big fan of Microsoft. Use their products, stand by them. Company that always seems to be adding value, doing the right things. When they did their layoffs most recently, they laid off like contractors. Not a lot of full-time employees. They have laid off full-time employees, low performers, but they're a good company. A lot of people who work for Microsoft that I know, they like the company that they work for. They enjoy it. They enjoy the environment. Leading edge of tech. They make a lot of money. They aren't the most highest paid tech company and tech employees out there, but they get paid a lot of money. And they're providing value all across the world. Okay? But they also are doing some really awesome things when it comes to helping individuals out, especially in communities where there's a lot of help that's needed. So Microsoft builds fast track to six-figure cybersecurity jobs at more than 180 colleges, guys. They're working with colleges to get more people into cybersecurity so that we can fast track you all, the people who want to get into this field, to get to the bag. They're investing in and doing such a thing. The largest technology companies in the world have vested interest in addressing the global cybersecurity talent shortage. By 2025, there will be 3.5 million cybersecurity jobs open globally, a 350% increase over 8 years. I'm going to tell you like this, guys. High demand. Cybersecurity is in high demand. We talked about last week. A chief information security officer are getting pay packages of $1 million now. They have a seat on the executive team. They're around the board table these days, and it's going to increase. It's going to increase. But the high demand for cybersecurity experts is reflected by the salaries for these roles in the U.S. And Microsoft estimated that in 2021, the country had 464,000 unfulfilled positions that required cybersecurity skills, and the average salary for these jobs is $105,000. Guys, I'm gonna tell you like this, okay? If you aren't making 105,000, if you aren't making 60,000, of course I'm gonna tell you like this. If you want to become an entrepreneur, you should do sales. And check out Course Careers. Link in the description. But if you're not interested in doing anything like sales, tech sales, why not go towards a career that is in high demand? 464,000 unfulfilled positions that require cybersecurity skills. If I was coming out of school and I wanted to remain on the technical side and didn't know half of the stuff that I know right now, man, I would be in cybersecurity right away. I would be in cybersecurity. I would learn the skills in order for me to get to the bag. I came out of school making only $48,000. You can come out of school today making $100,000 if you went to cybersecurity route. That's more than most people in the U.S. The median average salary in the U.S. right now is about $55,000. Doesn't matter what your race, ethnicity is. $55,000. You're making more than the majority of people. That puts you already in the top 15% earners in the United States. Why not go that way? Some estimates for cybersecurity workers, salaries are even higher. Companies like Booz Allen Hamilton report the annual earnings on entry-level cybersecurity employees to be around $150,000. Damn! Entry-level employees at companies like Booz Allen Hamilton, they're saying reports show that entry-level cybersecurity professionals are making around $150,000. Damn! The median base compensation for chief information security officers, which typically requires a master's degree, is $584,000. God damn! Despite steep demand and six-figure salaries, only 3% of U.S. bachelor's degrees holders have cybersecurity-related skills. Cybersecurity Ventures reports, the skill gap is what Microsoft is hoping to change by honing in on the lack of diversity in the computing and cybersecurity fields. Among cybersecurity specialist jobs, 83% of those roles are held by men, and 72% are by white people. Okay? You got 464,000 unfulfilled roles. You have a high salary. Some people say it's 105,000. Booz Allen Hamilton says it's 150,000 entry-level salaries. Only 3% of college degree holders have cybersecurity related skills. Majority of people in this row are white. What do they know that we don't know? What is it? And men. What is it that they know that we don't know? Well, you want to make a whole bunch of money. You want to get into cybersecurity. You want to make $150,000 at an entry level or $105,000 at entry level. You want to get into cybersecurity. If you want to become an executive making $1 million package, you want to get into cybersecurity. We had Brother Ray that came onto this channel a couple months ago. Brother Ray, very smart, very, very smart man. Did a whole bunch of engineering work, government contracting, made the switch to become an architect, got into the cybersecurity field, built a $1 million business here in the States that's still running and operating. But then he decided to build a security operations center in Poland. And you got our brother our brother Ronnie over there with him right now, helping out, learning the skills and so forth. What did brother Ronnie know? What did he know that we didn't know? What did they know? How were they so aware that these salaries were so high early on that we didn't know? Was it the fact that we were just engaged in entertainment? The crap? Did we hear this information and just tune it out because we said it wasn't for us? Is there a stigma behind these types of jobs because they aren't cool? What is it that they knew that we didn't know? That's the question. Let's get back to Microsoft, though. What's included in Microsoft's Cybersecurity Skill Initiative? In 2021, Microsoft launched a Cybersecurity Skills Initiative, which included the company giving $150 million to federal, state, and local governments to support upgrading government agencies. They committed to spending $20 billion on advancing their security solutions over the next 5 years. The initiative also included a large-scale effort to support cybersecurity education. In Microsoft, what they're doing is they're collaborating with 181 community colleges, guys, across 44 states in an attempt to provide accessible pathways into the profession. Community college, good place to start if you're going to go to college. Now Microsoft is partnering with 181 colleges across 44 states. That's the majority of them. You're looking to transition into tech? One of the colleges that I would say consider is your local community college, your local state college. If you want to do it online, look at WGU, Western Governors University. The tech company launched a campaign to recruit 250,000 people into the cybersecurity workforce by offering free cybersecurity curriculum to all U.S. public community colleges, providing training for colleges, faculty, and offering financial support to 25,000 students. Microsoft declined to provide the full list of partner schools of fortune. But alongside Abbott and Raytheon Technologies, Microsoft also supports the HBCU Cybersecurity Industry Collaboration Initiative pilot. The program, which will run through fall 2022, involves collaboration with the schools of engineering at 4 historical Black colleges and universities: Hampton, North Carolina A&T, Prairie View, and Virginia State. Cybersecurity is going to be a huge industry. The demand for cybersecurity experts is nothing new. So why has Microsoft decided to launch these initiatives in the past couple of years? How is Microsoft supporting colleges' efforts to expand cybersecurity program? How are you ensuring these efforts are sustainable? All of these questions are answered in this article. Go and check it out. Go and check it out. Link in the video. Okay? Link in the video. But they said, we have found that the more targeted we can really be, especially for underserved populations, the better. Previously, we launched a global tech skilling initiative at the start of COVID. We far exceeded our goal of reaching 25 million people. And when we started looking underneath the hood of that initiative, we found that some roles are popping, and cybersecurity was one of those. There are lots of different kinds of jobs in cybersecurity, from analysts all the way to the people that create the technology. It's also a diverse set of roles. Okay? There's a lot of stereotyping of computer science professionals. And I think a lot of diversity issues in cybersecurity and computer science has to do with those stereotypes. In order for you to do tech, you're a nerd. You're not making a lot of money. You're not cool. You're not going to have your pants sagging. So there's a whole bunch of stereotypes about people who go into tech, they're saying. You have to be really good at math. All that crap. All of it is absolute crap. Because the majority of people who go into these roles are doing very well for themselves. They're doing a lot better than the people who are telling you to do things like basketball, football, rapping, modeling, become a personal trainer, become a dating coach. All that is garbage. You don't need any skills to do any of that stuff. But yeah, you got people who will tell you that they're doing really well in those fields because they put up these images on Instagram, YouTube, not owning any of that stuff that they have and they're showing. And you all buy into it and think it's cool. Computer science, cybersecurity, tech, STEM, it's cool, guys. It's very cool. And if you have skills, you're going to make a shitload of money. You're going to make more money than any of those professions that I told you about in your lifetime. Probably double, triple that. Okay? All right, let's jump over to the last article that I wanted to touch on today. Let's jump on to the last article that I wanted to touch on today. Guys, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. If you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like this content, make sure you hit the like button, okay? Last topic that I want to hit on. If you're looking for a new career, you know I talk about a lot of tech on this channel. Project management, sales, cybersecurity, cloud, data science, data analysts, business analysts, finance, accounting, marketing. All these are fantastic roles and career paths that you should consider to make a whole bunch of money. But let's talk about 30 high-paying, fast-growing jobs that are set to boom over the next decade. This is information that is up to date. If you're coming out of college and you're looking for a profession to get into that's going to allow for you to pay back your student loans, not eat ramen noodles every single day, not allow your kids to go to public schools where they can get beat up and influenced to be a giraffe if they wanted to be a giraffe, or be a cat that meows and they can only speak meow language. If you want to make money, which is the tool that will allow for you to shelter or protect yourself and your family, you want to consider these professions. Where the way this country is going into and what's being taught today, if your kid said he wants to be a lion and that's what he wants to be, then they're going to let him be a lion. His ass going to get in the cage and think that he's a lion. And he's going to get mauled and they're going to kill the lion. But that's what this country has turned into. Okay? To protect yourself from that, you want to align yourself with people who have the same values. And you can only do that by having money. You can only do that by having money. And the way you make money is by having a career. Okay? The way you make money is by having a career. If you're looking for a new career, here are 30 high-paying, fast-growing jobs that are set to boom over the next decade. Okay? Millions of Americans have been quitting their jobs each month, and these jobs could be a good fit for you to switch your career. They've used data from or employment projections from 2021 to 2031 to find out the jobs that are going to pay the most and are likely to grow. Managerial roles, tech roles, and medical jobs like registered nurse makes up some of the top 30 occupations. Let's start with number 30. Sales managers, guys. Sales managers. Projected change in employment from 2021 to 2031 is about 23,000. Median annual wage in 2021, 130,000. Let's get to the money, y'all. Let's get to the money. I'm not going into sales management. Never wanted to. I'm in sales, though. Not directly sales management. Okay? But if this is your path, you can go there. You can make a good salary for yourself, a good wage. Sales managers can make millions of dollars. You want to start from the ground up? Consider course careers. Okay? Link in the description. Number 29, elementary school teachers accept special education. Now, you want to get to the bag, this isn't the career that you want to go into. If you want to get to the bag, this isn't the career you want to go into unless you leave this country. But you see, elementary education, you could be making $61,000 a year. It is more than the median annual for the entire country. But you are talking about getting to the bag. This isn't a career that you want to get into. However, we need them. We definitely need them. And I wish this country paid teachers and qualified teachers like they paid tech people, because they're responsible for a lot. Okay? They're responsible for a lot, but that's not what this country does. So therefore, I consider you guys to stay away from it if you want to get to the bag. If you don't care about getting to the bag and you want to teach people and help little kids out, feel free to do it. Number 28, construction manager. Construction managers can make $98,000 a year on average. Expect it to grow a lot. All you need is a bachelor's degree. Okay? Number 27, human resource specialist. You want to get into HR? You can become a human resource specialist. Looking to grow. They're going to need more of these people. All you need is a bachelor's degree. Median salary is about $62,000 right now. Okay? Do I recommend this? It's a role that you can get to and you can do. You can pivot out of it if you like people and so forth. I think HR is a good role. I know senior HR executives making 200 plus. You can get paid a lot of money in HR, guys. Number 26, substance abuse and behavior disorder and mental health counselors. You want to get to the bag? Do not select this one, because the median wage is $48,000. Yes, we need these people. Absolutely, we need these people. When you think about it, a bachelor's degree, you're going to be coming out of school with over $40,000 of debt. Median annual salary right now is about $48,000. They don't pay you enough, but they need a whole bunch of people to do this role. They just don't pay you enough. Okay? Don't do it. Industrial machine mechanics. You don't need a college degree to do this. Blue collar work. $59,000 you can be making. You can start your own business by learning this trade and skills. You're basically an engineer. Okay? You can make a lot of money for a low cost, no debt. Consider this one. Industrial machinery mechanics. Consider it. You don't need a college degree for this type of role. Physical therapist. My sisters are in this role right now, or going to get the qualifications to become a physical therapist. They're English majors. You see that pivot, right? I love you, girls. I love you. But you need a doctorate or a professional degree. And you could be making $95,000 a year. Absolutely. Go and do it. Go and do it. I recommend this one as well, too. Your boy tore my Achilles last year. And I needed a physical therapist. They're in demand. People are going to continue to hurt themselves. Athletes are going to continue to hurt themselves. Older people are going to continue to hurt themselves. Little kids are going to continue to hurt themselves, and they need people in physical therapy to help them out. And plus, you can get paid a good salary, $95,000. Number 23, software QA. Quality assurance testers and analysts. Let's do it. I recommend this one, guys. Median salary, $98,000. Damn! You can climb the ladder. You can pivot. You can have multiple opportunities within your career. Requirements, bachelor's degree. You can pay off your student debts because you're going to get paid a little bit more money. Our brother Kavito, this is the role that he's in. Now he's in the management role now. Data scientist, AI me. Median annual wage, $100,000. I recommend this one, guys. Data is big. If you get into machine learning space, your salary doubles. It starts with data science, though. Understanding data, data analytics. I recommend this one, guys. I definitely recommend this one. Logistician. I'm in the supply chain and logistics business. I recommend this one as well, too. I recommend this one as well, too. But you're going to be like a vampire because you're going to be working in weird cities and with all types of hours of the day. Okay? But these guys make money. They make money. Okay? You become a warehouse manager of a distribution center, you can make a lot of money, but you're going to be working hours. Ask the UK investor. Ask the UK investor, Michael, who's in here. He's like, man, Antoine, I'm making money, but I really want one of these tech jobs because the people that I have to deal with, I'm telling you. That's our brother Gerard. That's our brother Gerard out of Atlanta. Distribution manager, making over 6 figures. The people that you have to deal with. It's like being an elementary school teacher, but you're dealing with professionals. I do recommend it. I do recommend it because it pays you a good amount of money. If you can handle that sort of work, get it done. Okay? Marketing managers. You climb the ladder in marketing? Fantastic career, great salaries, $135,000. Damn! Okay? Sales reps of services. Right? We're not talking about the advertising, their insurance, the financial services, and the travel. We're not talking about those folks at all. We're talking about sales reps of services, specifically around technology. You don't need a college degree. You can come out of high school, like our boy Troy, who owns Course Careers, out of high school, making a minimum of $55,000 a year. Sales. How many roles? Right now, there's 46,000 roles that are open for SDRs and BDRs today. And guess what, guys? You take a course like Course Careers, you finish that within a month, you could be making that kind of money if you aren't making that right now. Okay? And all you need is a high school education. You probably want to do a career transition. I talked to a gentleman this week, had a bachelor's degree, working 2 jobs, not making more than $60,000. He's considering sales because he has dreams and visions of running his or building 2 companies. Asked me what should he do. He heard me talk about sales and project management. You can do either one. But if you really want to get to the money as fast as possible, go into sales. Sales representatives. There you go. 18, heavy and tractor trailer truck drivers. I'm on the fence about this one, guys. I'm on the fence about this one. Matter of fact, I'm just going to say it. No, don't do it. I'm going to keep it at that. And many of you guys are probably like this. Tell us why, Antoine. Tell us why. This is why. $48,000. Now, don't get me wrong. You can make a lot of money driving trucks and trailers and pulling big-time equipment. You can make a lot of money doing that. Either away from your family, you're always on the road, you're sitting down, can't get fit, can't get healthy. I wouldn't recommend it, guys. That's just my opinion. Physician assistants. Yep. You need a master's degree, but you can be making $121,000. Yeah. I consider, yes, do it. Personal finance advisors. Absolutely. Financial industry is dope. Pocket watching with JT. Makes all kinds of money. Has his own show now. Get into the bag. Get into the bag. Computer systems analyst. You know I'm going to say yes on this one. You know I'm going to say yes on this one. Abso-freaking-lutely. $99,000. Continued job growth. All you need is a bachelor's degree. Project management specialist. Absolutely. Join a Patreon. You get Google professional certificates as a professional member. You can do your project management certificate or gain one through Coursera because of our partnership with Google. Systems analyst, exact same thing. Data analyst and so forth. Information security analyst. We just talked about cybersecurity. Yes. Entry level, you can be making anywhere from $102,000 to $150,000. Absolutely. Do it. Post-secondary health specialties. Yes. Why? This number right here, $102,000 median annual salary. Accounting and auditors. I'm a big fan of accountants. They're always going to be needed. Every business will need accountants. Okay? Will you make a lot of money? No. But if money isn't your thing, consider it though. Marketing research analyst and marketing specialist. Consider it. Consider it. Bachelor's degrees, high in demand. Median annual salary is $63,000. Management analysts, consultants. Yes. Consider it. These are in high demand. These roles will continue to be in high demand. Lawyers. If you want to go to school for a long time, consider it. Consider it. Otherwise, you can make a lot more money just being in tech. Computer and information systems managers. How much money can these guys make, right? This is what I talk about on the channel. Management information systems and computer information systems, right? Managers of those. $159,000. Isn't that more than a lawyer? Yeah. More in demand than a lawyer? Yeah. Does it need a secondary degree after the bachelor's? No. Which is the better profession? Number 7. Oh, but everybody doesn't want to be in tech, right? Everybody doesn't want to be in tech. So computer information systems managers, $159,000, great salary. You're like, what? Antoine, how much? $159,000. God damn. Big time. Go and do it. Nurse practitioners, $120,000. You do need a master's degree though. Number 5, medical and health services managers. $101,000. Consider it. Registered nurses, $77,000. Consider it. Financial managers, $131,000. Yes. General operations managers, these are like JMs and so forth. You have to climb the ladder for these types of roles. Consider it. Yes. Consulting. Yes, software developers, you always know that these are going to be in high demand. And you're going to continue to be in high demand, but it's not for everybody. Okay? It's not for everybody. Do you need a bachelor's degree to become a software developer? That has changed. That has changed. Okay? Well, that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. That's what I wanted to share with you guys today. 30 high-paying jobs that's going to be needed in the future. And you know I'm big on a lot of these, especially in the tech space, in the sales space, and so forth. I'm not so big into some others, but it's your life, your choice. You want to get to the bag? Consider the ones that are in high demand and that pay quite a bit. You have no excuses in them anymore for the choices that you make. The information is out there. We're living in the information age. All you got to do is get on the keyboard and type in whatever it is that you want to know. No more excuses anymore. If you're going to college, you can type in, you're doing like a liberal arts degree or some sort of English, type in Google, return on investment for English majors. And if you still make the decision to major in English, your fault, nobody else's fault. If you type in sociology, psychology, art history degree, and you type in return on investment on this type of degree, you're going to get the results. Now, you may not take accountability and responsibility for you ultimately staying in that field, but that's your fault. Nobody's going to say, oh, why'd you do it? You're going to come out of school making about $29,000 a year, and you're going to be upset. And you're going to say the job market wasn't for us, they lied to us and so forth. Your fault. When people complain about the degrees that they have and they're not using them, I look at them and say it's your fault. Nobody else. You one who chose it. Should have did your research. Should have did your research. Now you got YouTube channels that are giving you this sort of information. You can share this with your family members and so forth to help them. To help them not make those silly mistakes. That's going to set them back for a long time. Definitely not getting to the money. All right, guys. Let's go to the super chats. And we'll get into the chat. Blockavelli, I appreciate you for the $4.99 super chat, my man. Thank you so much. Let me get here. Let me see if I can put these on the screen. I'm a bit nasally today, guys. I had a cigar last night. My apologies if you heard me sniffling in here. Blockavelli said, you're preaching tonight, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, Blockavelli. Coming to us from Qatar. Addison with the super chat. I appreciate you, brother. Addison says, your channel gets my mind right every Saturday, BH. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. Miss Wade, what you say? Tech sales, take action. Sign up, guys. Course Careers. Go ahead and check out that link. Mr. Businessman says, I'm in a cloud architecture program now as a result of my job promoting me. Despite stellar reviews, making work processes more efficient. I love it. You still out there crushing it, getting it done. What are the other super chats? Let me get to them. IT Wizard, appreciate you for the $19.99 super chat. I've been in IT for 20 years and BH still fires me up. If this doesn't get you excited, your work must be. I love it. Says, I've been in IT for over 20 years and BH still fires me up. If this doesn't get you excited, your wood must be wet. I love it, man. I appreciate you, brother. Joshua Jarrett from Joshua Jarrett. So I appreciate the $5 super chat. Thanks for the game, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me hit this one. Miss Wade says, Join the Black Heights Patreon family. Hit the link. Mr. Marcus says, I recommend business analyst, IT, or project management fields. Fortunately, these 3 fields have certifications that can help you get into it. Absolutely. I love those fields, Marcus. I love those fields. Who else? What else? Who else on the super chats? Let me get to those. George Chambers in the house. Great live stream as always. Back to my studies. I will be tapping in soon. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for the super chat. Miss Sarita's in the house. Miss Sarita, I want to see that beautiful pink Black Heights hat. You got to send me a picture of you rocking that. I appreciate you for being here. Sarita is a Patreon member getting into data analytics as well. Check it out. We have men and women here in our Patreon. Robin says, I have a few mutuals who are making between 80 to 130 with those certs. Absolutely. AIME says, big time right here. I'm going to tell you like this. You guys want to get into data science, machine learning, AIME. Check out his channel. Check out his channel. Big time. Big time. Making big money too. I'm trying to get that Lamborghini like AIME. He says data science and machine learning. Big data jobs are in high in demand in industry, fashion, movies, music. Absolutely. Data science, machine learning, big data jobs are in high demand than any of the fashion and the movies and the music industries. I'm going to tell you like that. He's absolutely right. Absolutely right. My sister says, dang, call us out. Oh, I wasn't calling you out, sisters. I love you. I love you. You guys are doing fantastic and in a fantastic profession, getting your PTA. I talked about that. All right, guys, that's all I have for you guys today. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for your time on this beautiful Saturday. You guys have a good rest of your weekend. Spend some time with your loved ones. Get your learn on. Enjoy your time doing whatever it is that you need to get done. Okay? I'm going to spend some time with my son, my daughter, and my wife are going to a tea party. We're going to have their pinkies up. They're going to have their pinkies up because it's a girls' party. So me and my son are going to do a little bit of shopping. We may catch a movie or something like that. Some boy stuff. Boy stuff. So we're going to have fun. We're going to have fun. Guys, I appreciate each and every one of you. And we'll see you next Saturday. And until next time, y'all. Peace. Mr. Kamal, you have a good evening. So it's early morning where you are at. Enjoy your morning. That's what it is. Well, it's late by you. Enjoy your night, sir. Kev Tech is in the house. I'm going to see Kev Tech in Austin in this month. Love it. Thank you so much for coming through, brother. Big time. Go and check out Kev Tech IT support. Orcas 123 says we are in a food shortage. Grow food. Yeah, if you got the land. But if you don't have the land, which land costs money, you can't grow food. He says money will not help if you have no food. Well, money can help. You can buy food. And if you want to grow food, you have to buy land. Okay? You have to buy land. So money is always a tool to get you wherever you want to go to. Tay Sun Kisses in the house. Thank you so much for coming through, young lady. Salute to you, Mr. Wade, dropping gems. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Tay Sun Kisses. Thank you so much for coming through. Mr. Risa Wade, as always, thank you so much. Love. Marcus Gasson's in the house. Thank you so much for coming through, brother. Blockavelli, peace out, my man. Have a good rest of your Saturday, sir. Wally's in the house. George Chambers was in the house. Professor Black Ops was in the house. Go check out Professor Black Ops, guys. PVO. Cybersecurity expert. Get to that bag. Joshua Jarrett in the house, man. Robin Victoria says, I'm considering pivoting to cybersecurity or cloud since those positions seems to be high in demand. They won't be bad for you at all. Noah Page says, so much opportunity in cybersecurity in DC. Yes, it is. DC is big time when it comes down to cybersecurity. Big time. Mr. Businessman, I'm in cloud architecture program now, getting it done. Brother Kamal, you making it happen as well. Darkman Jeff was in the house. Richard was in the house. Orcos123, get out of here with that bullshit. You're gonna have to cancel him. Not tech jobs. What do you mean not tech jobs, man? You over here talking about farming. You can't farm if you don't have money to buy land. Maybe in your country, you gotta remember where I'm coming to you from, man. If you're in here trolling, we're gonna block your ass so you never come back into this channel again. Over here talking about not tech jobs. Get your ass out of here, man. Hell wrong with you? We over here talking about tech. You over here talking about farming. Can't farm if you don't got no damn money to buy seeds, man. Hell's wrong with you? Man, block his ass, Miss Wade. You over here talking about that stupid shit. I blocked him. All right, guys. Have a good rest of your weekend. Peace.